I always search. That's crooked. Don't know how to get this straight.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Hey, we're on the wrong side. That's okay. You guys know it. All right. Hi there. This is Felix.
I'm Rowan.
And you're watching Gas TV. Today, we're going to take a look at my latest guitar acquisition syndrome manifestation.
Buttons.
And buttons! Why not? Because, you know, I've run out of money for guitars. So I'm going to spend money on little buttons.
Oop.
All right, so what these are called Barefoot buttons. And the story with them and me is the following. I use a Ditto X4 looper, right? And they have these tiny, tiny little buttons, as you might imagine, those little clicky buttons. Oh, incidentally, pet peeve. I can't stand these buttons. I can't stand these little buttons on pedals because they make the most god-awful noise.
Yeah, it's huge, isn't it?
Yeah. So if you're recording, you just can't use one of these pedals, full stop. You can't at least turn it on while you're recording something. Completely idiotic design. The other issue with them, obviously, is that these buttons are absolutely teeny.
Yeah.
So now imagine
You need shoes on, don't you, to use them?
Well, even if you have shoes, this is the problem. I found myself having to wear a very specific set of shoes in order to hit it properly.
Steel caps.
Not quite. So this is the issue. This brings me back to my Ditto looper. I was doing a whole series of solo jazz gigs and pulling out this looper, which I absolutely love. I actually like the simplicity of this looper versus the Boss RC series. Loopers, and I actually think that it actually sounds cleaner and better than the Boss loopers and preamps on that. But it had these god awful tiny little thingies, and and I would constantly miss my loop. My timing was shit as it was to begin with, and coupled with the tiny little button. I'm gonna blame it on the buttons.
Blame it on the buttons.
Blame it on the buttons. I kept missing my loop, or it was just not comfortable. I was never quite comfortable playing with my looper on that. And I found myself wearing a specific set of shoes which had thin soles and were not too bulky, so I wouldn't be missing the buttons and everything. Also stepping on the wrong button accidentally. So I went online and took a look to see what people were doing for these tiny little buttons. I personally think people should just stop using these buttons. Manufacturers should just stop using these buttons and go for the Boss style buttons, which are silent but really nice area to step on and give you a positive response, right? But having said that, so what I found were these Barefoot buttons, these tiny little things. So what happens is we'll put up the link to Barefoot buttons here, so you can check out the website yourself. But they're a brilliant idea. All they are is a little. Oh, I forgot to measure how big this actually was.
It's like a 20-cent piece, isn't it?
20-cent piece, 20-cent Australian. It's supposed to be the size of a quarter. It probably says on their website.
Yeah, probably.
We should look it up. Anyway, so actually, let's look it up now.
Yeah, let's look it up.
Let me go get a ruler. Sorry. We're back. We absolutely know what we're talking about. So these buttons are about roughly 28 mil across in diameter. They're about an inch and an eighth across.
Yeah.
Yep. So all they simply are buttons. You got space to put them on top of your little thing like that, and then you get an Allen key and you screw them in, and that's pretty much it. And you expand your tiny little 9mm button to a 29mm button. As easy as that. And the brilliant thing about this for a gas sufferer like us, is that they come in all sorts of colors and all sorts of options.
Yeah.
So I couldn't just buy one. I got one for every pedal I could think of. And I've got a few. Gas. All right. So the it was actually really nice. It was actually very easy ordering this online in Australia direct from the US. When you receive your Barefoot buttons, it comes in this really cute little package, and I thought nothing of it until I opened it up, because the Barefoot Buttons, the company, obviously have a bit of a sense of humor. Let me pull this open. Now I can't get it open. There we go. So they come wrapped up nicely and safely in this little sheet of paper, like this. Well, there were more when they came in, but we'll put up this. We'll put the sheet up. I'll do a close-up of the sheet for you guys later so you can have a bit of a look. But it's, look, 18 useful things you can do with cardboard tubes. Isn't that cool? This one I didn't know before. You can use it to hang on your hanger to hang trousers so you don't get a crease in your trousers. Did you ever think about that? Yeah, the number of times you would have thought, my jeans have a crease in them.
No.
Oh man, you needed this cardboard tube. Excellent idea. A really nice touch, Barefoot Buttons. That's it just brings a smile to your face to see that sort of thing. All right, so I got a whole stack of these buttons. There's really not much to say about them other than they're
nice, and
they're nice, solid aluminium buttons. Come in a wide range of colors. They come in slightly higher ones as well. Just in case, depending on how you lay your pedal board out, obviously, you might have a row of pedals further up behind, and you want the button just a little higher raised so that you've got a sort of a raised stepped buttons on that thing. They also come in this clear
really cool
variety, which is actually really cool. So the thing with the Helix, as some of you might know, let's see if we can turn this on. There we go. Hopefully this comes up on camera. But the thing with Helix is that the buttons are color coded, and the clear buttons allow you to see the colors come through the button still. So otherwise it'd just be hidden by the aluminium button. So you can sort of see that hopefully here. There is a way to turn all the lights on. I've forgotten how to do that. On the Helix.
Are they plastic?
They are acrylic.
Acrylic.
Those are acrylic. Yeah. Actually really nice. The nice thing with it is that the screws that screw into the button itself still act as for the touch sensor on that as well, which is actually really cool.
That is really cool.
That is really cool. So no downside to using these buttons at all, really.
No, not at all. You don't get a hole in your foot when you press with no shoes on.
That's the thing. You're actually starting to use the Ditto yourself for work,
yeah,
aren't
it's
you?
really cool. Yeah.
They're must-have, I think. I really can't see myself working on a looper like that.
Yeah.
Without more surface area. Yeah. And how much are they again? They're about just under $10 US.
$8.50 US, I think.
Per one of these buttons.
Per thing.
And plus shipping, depending on where you are.
It's $10 flat rate international.
International.
Yeah. So you can order like, I don't know, 5.
There you go. And you get a cardboard box.
Yeah. Worth $10 anyway.
Oh yeah. Well, no, the advice is priceless.
Yeah, that's true.
So there you go. That's a quick look at the Barefoot buttons. Really impressed with this really simple idea that has made a big difference to my life on this looper, at least. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. We would love to have you as a subscriber. If you have any thoughts or other ideas for videos that we might be able to make, do leave them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe too.
Yeah,
follow
our Facebook page, and we've got a group as well.
Yep, Facebook group. The group's called the Guitar Acquisition Syndrome Support Group, where we will help you with your terrible illness, gas.
Yeah.
We've got a great group of people on there. We would love to have more members to joke around and fool around with on chat, and share pictures of the guitars. So do make sure to catch us on that as well as all our social media. We have Instagram, we have Twitter. We don't know why we have Twitter, but we have Twitter. We have Twitter because apparently everyone has Twitter.
Do they?
You're too young to remember when
I'm
Twitter
too young
was
to
really
remember Twitter.
important. That's right. And don't forget to stalk Rowan as well. Rowan has his own Facebook page, his YouTube channel, and his own Instagram. And do you have Twitter?
No.
There you go. All right. So don't stalk him on Twitter. He's
Don't
not
bother.
there. As do I. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And I do have Twitter because I'm old.
You have Twitter.
I have Twitter. I don't know why I have Twitter. Musicians aren't on Twitter. Maybe it's just an industry thing.
I thought it was just Donald Trump.
Ooh, we're getting to politics.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
Not good. All right, dude. We'll see you. We'll see you guys online next time round. Thank you very much for tuning in. Till next time. Bye.
Do you have more guitars than most people have pairs of jeans? Do you live in the fear that your other half will discover your graveyard of empty guitar cases only to find that some of them aren't really empty? If so, click here to subscribe to Gas TV. We're here to help with your addiction.